So this is Mr. Grossman here. We're gonna ask him about how do he feel about the Starbucks discrimination. How you doing?
I did, sir. Good.
How do you feel, and what would you change about the situation? How would you go from here?
Well, personally, having worked as a barista at Starbucks about 10 or 12 years ago, I love the job. I love the company a lot. But the mistake that happened in the actual coffee shop was a result of people being very ignorant, and I wouldn't say it's a matter of not just being trained, but just having common sense. You know, it's very sad that people working for that company or the company itself would have to provide some type of training or resources to ensure that this doesn't happen again. But if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But personally, I find it very offensive and disgraceful. You know, having worked as a barista myself, I know. You know, having customers, you know, loiter around may not be, you know, favorable, especially when someone's closing up shop. But it doesn't give someone the right to kick them out just because they didn't buy a drink, you know, at that point in time.
And so, what would you do to change the situation so if it occurs again? How would you know about to carry that?
Well, I think what Starbucks is doing now is fine. They're actually training their employees to be more culturally responsive, and you know, just understanding that, you know, some people may not buy a drink at may not buy a drink at after a few minutes at Starbucks, but you know, training employees to be responsible and to understand that racism in any form is disgraceful, doesn't relate to the company's values, and to have some type of punitive measure that if people persist in those behaviors after being given warnings, or given the magnitude of what happened in that incident, simply just firing them, and then training people who know, you know, what to do and and also just a basic reminder to just have respect towards all people, regardless of race or gender or affiliation or politics. It really doesn't matter. That type of behavior is unacceptable.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.